Welcome back, everybody, finally to another update video, another resource pack update video. I almost said another episode, but yeah, we got another resource pack update video here for you today, and lots of changes in this version. So I've basically redone every single texture. Well, not basically, I've redone every single texture in the pack, and yeah, I've tried to make them match Jabba style. That's it. I was gonna say a bit better, but yeah, just changed them all to match Jabba style pretty much. Same kind of feel, same kind of vibe with the whole resource pack, but yeah, just wanted to get it to match Jabba style. So obviously, since I've redone every single texture that was in the pack, I can't go over everything. So just know, this is not all that has changed. Everything I'm showing in this video is not all that's changed. It's just the biggest changes, I feel like. If I just open up the inventory, you could see all the changes that have been made. Also, glass. I forgot to put that down because I did that change last night. I removed our custom glass texture. Just the normal glass. We'll see. We'll see if we like it or not. But yeah, so starting here, I've changed all the planks, all the plank textures, and these are double slabs of planks. We got a lot of new double slab textures in the pack, but I've changed all the planks to match the 3.0 version of Jabba's planks. So yeah, those are all different. Logs are all changed to match Jabba's textures, and they now have connected textures. If you look at the side, you can see the dark line moves. So that's that. I've done all that. I've changed all the buttons to be like a bigger model. And then I think I've changed those strip logs just a bit. Not a huge change, I don't think, but a bit, just a bit, to blend in a little bit better. Actually, these are big changes right here. Stripped Acacia, and stripped dark oak. Those are different. But again, glass is vanilla now. Another thing I forgot to put down is snow blocks. I changed those back to vanilla. And that's the same with like snow layers and all that stuff. Oh, we got biodependent snow layers, but just trust me. Stone, I changed our stone back to vanilla, and then I added a variant. This is actually the 3.0 version of the stone. That's a variant now for stone. It's not as common as the normal, but it's a variant in there. Looks a little bit rougher. You can hardly tell, honestly. Whenever it's like a big cliff, you can hardly tell. This smooth stone, I changed the color to match the regular stone a little bit better. Just darkened it pretty much. Stone bricks, I got a few different variants in here, but they're all matching Jabba's bricks. And I actually desaturated it, so there's not like green colors in here. I wasn't a big fan of that. So yeah, I got rid of that, and there are overlays still, so don't worry about that. Cobblestone. Some of these might not make it into the final download by time I upload this, like this one here, and this one here, because these are edited versions of B-Dub's pack that he's working on. So yeah, I don't want to include those because those are, he uploaded that to only his patrons. So yeah, don't want to include those. So ignore those ones. But there are some new variants in here. There's this one. This is based on an old Jabba texture that I don't think it ever made it. I don't think it was ever public. Like in a public pack. So yeah, that's different. And I also made all the different cobblestone variants tile much better. So yeah, that's that. Granite has a new look. It's obviously matching the new cobblestone, and same with stone brick. And I think the color is a little bit different than what it was in the last version. And then diorite, same thing, a little bit different, but matching the new style. And same for andesite. Hoppers, I don't know. I don't remember if this was in our last version of the pack or not. I don't see it down there, but I could just be forgetting. So I just put it out here. I did have to change it to match the new style anyways, so yeah, there's that. New pistons, I think they look pretty cool. In the same category, new droppers and hoppers, or and dispensers. Another change I forgot to talk about, or forgot to put out here. I changed our model, our campfire model, to be this, the vanilla model. But if you take a water bucket and get rid of the fire, then it looks like this. It doesn't have the ash in the bottom, so I changed that. This is all good. New note block variations look much nicer in my opinion. And then this is a small change. I changed the turtle helmet texture, the item texture, to have like little straps. Just a small thing, not a huge deal. And then reverted the diamond, all the diamond related stuff back to the vanilla textures, except for diamond horse armor. I changed that, that's my own. And the diamond sword, there's a small change to the outer edge of the blade. But the rest of it is all vanilla. And then the bow, I made it match the colors of the crossbow. You can see right here. I think it looks a little bit nicer. Now this is a big change. I changed the beetroot, which in the previous version, it was rice in our pack. I changed it to look like corn. And I think it looks much nicer than the rice did. And it's just it's a much more different crop to use for building than the rice was. The rice looked a little bit too similar to other stuff in my opinion. So there's that. The endstone, I believe I changed the endstone and endstone brick to look a little bit closer to the sandstone. I actually think I need to edit it again. Yeah, I'll get that done before I upload the pack. But yeah, change that up. And then I changed endstone brick stairs and slabs to be this thatch block, or thatch stairs and stuff. Because we changed our our wall to oak log. Our endstone wall, we changed it to oak log. You can see down in the little tooltip thing. We did that in the last update. So I changed this too, because I don't think I'll ever use stairs and slabs for this block. Speaking of walls though, I changed the wall model in the pack to be like a solid, I mean, you see, you know what I'm talking about. If you've built with walls before, you know what the change is. You can see it. And then new glass textures, I changed white, orange, green, and pink. The pink was already something kind of like this, but I changed it up, made it look a little bit nicer. And then these, I just think they all look really cool. I like them. And then I also went through and edited every single other texture we had to match like the glass texture in vanilla, the stained glass textures. I have these like little streaks in there and got rid of all the noise, stuff like that, of course. New sunflowers, new lilacs, new rose bushes, and new peonies. Yeah, those are new. Yeah, I just wasn't a big fan of any of these really. So I changed them up. I think I'm gonna be using these a lot more now. And then new red sandstone bricks. New red sandstone too. I don't know why I didn't put that down. So yeah, that looks like that. It's just like cobblestone texture. This is kind of a big change. If you put down a flower pot and put a red mushroom in it, it turns into that now. Like a quill, like a feather in an ink thing. And then same for this one. I didn't change this in this update, but I updated it to match the new textures. And yeah, if you don't know, this is what the brown mushroom does. Little cup of water, or like a small barrel or bucket or something like that. This is a pretty big change. I know a lot of people have used sandstone in my pack, and I'm sorry if this ruins any builds, but I just think it's the best way to go. So this is normal sandstone now. It used to look like this. But I made that change before they actually added this smooth sandstone block into the game, in survival. So yeah, I did that. I changed that in the past, but now I want this rough sandstone. And I don't want to change like a slab to rough sandstone because I want it to all look normal in vanilla. So yeah, did that and slightly tweaked the colors a little bit, but it's not a huge change. But yeah, so this is normal sandstone now. This is smooth sandstone. It used to be this. Now this is smooth sandstone slabs, like a double slab, which I think is a good compromise. This double slab is a regular sandstone. And then there's one more, this one, cut sandstone, which is this block. So yeah, got a lot of new building options. I really like this block, especially. I think it looks pretty good. But yeah. And actually, these are based on like super old textures that were originally going to be in the game, other sandstone blocks. But for some reason, they never got implemented. So I re-added them myself. These are melon. This is a melon seed, pumpkin seed. These are the melon and pumpkins. Jeez, I can't talk. These are all the different growth stages. I think they look pretty cool. This is very inspired by Mickey Joe. Yeah, Mickey Joe. I wanted to check that, make sure I got it right. That's very inspired by something Mickey Joe posted in the in a resource pack Discord I'm in with him. And then this guy, this is the Wandering Trader. This is actually based on one of the early concepts they had of the Wandering Trader. They made a Minecraft.net blog post a couple months ago about like the different variations of the Wandering Trader they went through. And they had one that was without the hood and maybe without that little mouth cover too. It's basically this, but with a just an emerald on his forehead. And I really liked the idea. So I recreated most of this texture from that page. And I think it turned out pretty good. But then I added the hood on there from the vanilla, or the current vanilla one. And added this little emerald thing. I don't know what you would call it, like emerald headpiece or something like that. I think it looks pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. And then, for some reason, this guy keeps despawning. Oh yeah, and with Optifine, this is the Wandering Trader item. Like spawn item. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, there's the Wandering Traders. Or the Trader Llama. That's its carpet. And I think in the future I'm going to make a few variations of this to spawn naturally. But for now, that's it. Also, the Wandering Trader Llamas don't take the models of like custom models right now. So these are going to look pretty weird until Optifine implements that feature for 1.14 mobs. Next, Iron Golems. I've changed these and I am very, very happy with how these turned out. I made these on a stream probably about a month ago by now. And I love them. I'm just very happy with how these turned out. They do have, or they're supposed to have, like glowing eyes with the emissive textures thing. But for some reason, it's not working for Iron Golems right now, it seems like. Unless I'm doing something wrong. But it worked before, but it stopped working for some reason. But also, I've got some new iron block textures. I think they look pretty good. There's a rusty variation. I like them quite a bit. And then you can see there's two variations of this. There's one with like rust on it, and then there's one without rust on it. And I'm gonna make even more variations of this in the future. Like one for like if you spawn it in a flower forest, it'll have flowers all over it, stuff like that. And then if you spawn one in a jungle, it'll be like covered in vines. I think it could be pretty cool. So that's something I'm definitely gonna do in the future, but not now. This is a fairly recent change. I changed the magma blocks. I haven't even shown this on any videos yet. I've changed the magma blocks and the lava to have like a darker orange, orangish red color in it. And I think it looks a lot better. I just remembered though, I need to update the bucket texture. So that's something I'll definitely do. Next we have villagers. Now all villagers have different variations now. Like different facial expressions, kind of. And this is inspired by a pack called, I think, Ethnicity. Yeah, you can see right here, Ethnicity 1.14. They had a lot of changes into that pack for different villagers and pillagers and stuff like that. But speaking of pillagers, I had some right there. They're gone. But yeah, so they got different eyebrow shapes, and then the plains villagers, they have different colors, different colored robes and different shirts, stuff like that. If we spawn a bunch out here, you can see there's quite a few of them, and I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Oh, also, I resummoned the pillagers, and these are also inspired by some pillagers in the ethnicity pack. And yeah, I got these are ones that spawn in the savanna biomes and desert biomes. So we got like a purple jacketed one, a green one, and a red one, similar to just the regular pillager. Whoops. And then these ones spawn in cold biomes, so like taigas, snowy tundras, snowy taigas, extreme hills, stuff like that. So yeah, there are those. And then I guess we'll skip the pillagers for now and go straight to the mobs. So I've updated all of the models except for the chickens, all the custom animal models. And foxes are going to come in the future, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's clear that. I've added the brown mushroom already. Brown mushroom, I mean. And then there's the red mushroom. And then this is what the cows look like now, their models. I've changed them so they're not like clipping, there's not parts clipping through each other and stuff like that. Just made them all a little more cubey, I guess, but I've also used a lot less cubes in this. But yeah, just basically trying to make them match my horse model, which I've also made some changes to. But yeah, we got cows here, pigs, and then here are the llamas. And these are probably my favorite. Either this or the horse. These are probably my favorite models. One of the two. And then actually, before we go any further, I want to do the squid. Because they keep dying. So here's the squid model now. And it's kind of hard to see. You know what? Can I just do it here? Yeah. So you can kind of see it. This is my squid model now. And I was gonna try to animate these parts, but I could not figure it out. Maybe in the future I'll get that fixed, but this is what it looks like for now. And there's 3 variations: black, blue, and red. I think they look pretty cool. And then here are the horses. I've redone all their models and their textures and stuff, and I think they look much better. So I kind of tried to make them match the old style of horse a little bit, but also keeping a similar style to the new horse. I've also given them a 3D saddle in this version of the pack, and it's kind of a combination of Jabba's saddle and the old 3D saddle, and I like it quite a bit. I think in the last version of the pack, the horses didn't even have saddles, so this is an improvement. And then if we hop on here, we don't have to hop on actually. If we throw the armor on there, you can see there's some bugs with the legs right now with the armor, and this is with all horse armor. Yeah, I've reported that to the Optifine developer, and he is aware of it. So hopefully we'll see that get fixed in the future, but I'm sure there's bigger bugs that have to be fixed first. Next, I haven't done any changes to the chickens, but I threw them in here in case anybody hasn't seen them before. These are my chicken models. I think they're pretty good. I may make some small changes to them in the future, but for now they're okay. And then here are the rabbits. They're just gonna keep staring at me unless I do this. Yeah, here are the rabbits, you can see. I think they look pretty good. I like them a lot. And then the wolf. And I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, but a lot of people don't like it for some reason. So I'm gonna be making some changes to this in the future, but I just haven't had the time yet. So I'm gonna release it like this, see how people feel about it, and then we'll make the changes when we need to. Also, in swamp biomes, pigs in swamp biomes are this texture. I think that's pretty cool. I like it a lot. It's based on the Minecraft Earth game. They had a lot of, in their trailers, they featured a muddy pig quite a bit. So that's that. And then I've edited the foxes, the two regular foxes to have normal looking eyes, kind of. They're more centered than like stretching off the side of the head. I think that looks much better. And then I added a variation for like just spawning it anywhere. There'll be a black fox. But if you spawn it in a forest biome, right? This is the forest. Wait. Oh yeah, right on this block here. Forest biome. So if you spawn it in a forest biome, then it turns into a raccoon. And I think that's pretty cool. It does have a feather in its mouth already. Weird. But yeah, I like that a lot. And these are going to get new models in the future. But at the moment I'm recording this, Optifine doesn't have compatibility for Fox custom models. Next, we're moving on to the Better Foliage add-on. And I forgot to mention, this is all these mobs, besides like the villagers. Oh, I think a villager's burned in that lava. All these animals, they're all only in the Better Animals add-on. Besides the foxes. These are normal in the normal pack. But moving on to the Better Foliage add-on. I've made some changes. This is mostly the same except for some of the biome dependent ones. And I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off biome blend so you can see stuff a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. But this is oak, normal oak. I've made it a little bit more bushy, kind of similar to the old texture. And I think it looks pretty good, much better. And then this is spruce. I've made this change fairly recently. I haven't even showed it on video yet. But this is based on something I saw B-dubs do. He made like the spruce leaves kind of like, I don't know exactly what to call it. Like they're kind of like drooping down. And I think it looked pretty cool. So I recreated that. And I mean, he's using my foliage add-on, so I can steal his stuff too. And then in swamp biomes, I changed the oak to be the old texture, a little like a updated version of the old texture. So it uses the same color palette as this texture does. But yeah, I just updated it to match the new style, and I think it looks all right. It looks better in just a full swamp. And I did this because in the Minecraft Dungeons trailer, I saw they were going through a swamp at one point, and they had these textures for the swamp trees. I thought it was kind of cool. So I added that, spruce tree, and then this is birch in a forest biome. Well, everything except for a plains. And whenever it's in a plains, it's this orange texture. And then whenever it's in like extreme hills or flower forest or any variation of those, it's this pink, like cherry blossom looking texture, which I think looks pretty cool. For the jungle leaves, I removed all the berries from it. I think it looks much better. Acacia, I haven't really done anything to. And then dark oak, I haven't done anything mostly except for in ooh, there's a raccoon sleeping under the tree. In extreme or in mountain biomes or forest biomes, it turns red, and I think it looks pretty cool. And then in the Glazed Terracotta add-on, I've completely redone all these textures again, but I've added some connected textures for this block, this block, this block, and actually I should have added this block too. And I think it looks pretty good. I like that a lot. And if you don't know, that's white glazed terracotta. This is orange glazed terracotta wall blocks. And this is like white painted wood, like some red cobblestone type texture, like a brown block. I don't know what I called that. And then like logs piled up for like a log cabin. I think those look pretty cool. I did the same thing for this with the connected textures, of course. Well, guess I didn't. So I'll get that added before I release it. And then painted wood, which is light blue. This is magenta. Painted wood is light blue. It's blue, red, green, and gray painted wood. And then yellow terracotta tiles. That's the yellow glazed terracotta, obviously. Lime glazed terracotta is roof blocks. So we got like this green roof block, like a dark thatch, this dark block, and then like a floor tile. I think is what I was going for. So something like that. And then this red roof block. And then this is pink glazed terracotta. More roof blocks. So we got this dark gray block on the bottom, like a lighter thatch matching the hay bale, I believe. Yeah, matching the hay bale colors. This blue roof block. This is completely different than what it was in the last update. And then brown roof blocks up top. And then stone blocks, we got this block down here, this black cobblestone, this like brown block, same as that. And then we got like grass stone. This is the cyan glazed terracotta. This is the red, purple glazed terracotta, but it's like a red wallpaper. Blue terracotta, brown, green. I called it mossy carved stone, but it's still green. Green glazed terracotta. And then red is these brick blocks. There's like this red one, brown one, gray one, which I think was supposed to match andesite, but it doesn't anymore. That kind of does, a little bit. And then white up top. And then, same thing for these. I wonder if I did this. I did not. Okay, I'll have to do that too. But yeah, bricks. Bricks are that now. So I think those are all the major changes in this resource pack update. If there's anything I missed, make sure to like comment it in the comments, and I'll be sure to like pin your comment or something like that, so people know. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this update. I'm sorry it took me so long to get it out. I had so many ideas I wanted to do as many of them as I could. Oh, also, one big change. I've removed most of the overlay textures. There's only like 10 in the pack now, because there's a bug in Optifine right now that makes overlays super laggy. Like if you have too many of them, it makes your game super laggy. So yeah, I just removed it for now. I'm gonna be redoing all those overlays anyways, so it's not a huge deal to have them removed for now, and then I'll re-add them later. But yeah, so hopefully you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Link to the updated pack will be in the description. Also, there is a 1.12 version, which isn't like all the way up to date to this as this is. There's some missing things that aren't the same, and there's a Bedrock Edition version down in the description below. So go check those out if you're playing in either of those versions. One's from 1.12 is good for modded, and then Bedrock Edition, obviously. So yeah, go check them out. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.